2. At the edge of existence, where the fabric of reality thins into a shimmering veil of golden dust and void, lies the arena at the end of time. This is not a place of stone or mortar, but a convergence of cosmic will. Here, the stars are not distant lights but dying embers of an age long forgotten, and the pillars of the universe, massive, translucent columns of pure law and logic, hold up the ceiling of eternity. The air vibrates with the hum of the first and last words ever spoken. Today, this hallowed ground witnesses a confrontation that defies the limits of human comprehension. Two figures stand at opposite ends of the celestial expanse. One is the pinnacle of human strength empowered by the divine, the other is the divine himself, clothed in the majesty of the King of Kings. On the eastern side of the arena stands Samson, the last judge of Israel. He is a mountain of a man, his skin bronzed by the sun of Zorah and scarred by 1,000 skirmishes against the enemies of his people. His muscles are not merely flesh, they are corded iron, pulsing with a restless, violent energy that seems too great for his frame. His hair, long and dark, flows down his back in 7 thick braids, each a testament to a vow that tethers his soul to the Almighty. Around him, the air grows heavy and hot. When he moves, the ground beneath his feet cracks, unable to support the sheer density of his presence. He carries no sword, for his hands have torn lions asunder and his grip has leveled temples. The Spirit of the Lord rushes upon him like a torrential flood, a golden aura of raw, unadulterated power that screams of ancient battles and impossible feats of endurance. On the western side stands Jesus Christ, not as the humble carpenter or the suffering servant, but as the glorified Alpha and Omega. His eyes are like flames of fire, piercing through the illusions of time and space. His feet are like burnished bronze, glowing in a furnace, and his voice carries the weight of many waters, a sound that is both a whisper and a thunderclap. He wears a robe that dips into the essence of life itself, and across his thigh, a name is written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He does not radiate the frantic, exploding energy of Samson. Instead, he radiates a terrifying, absolute stillness. He is the point around which the universe turns, the word through whom all things were made. In his presence, gravity feels like an invitation to kneel.
I have felt the Spirit move within me since the days of my youth. I have pulled down the gates of Gaza and slaughtered 1,000 men with the jawbone of a beast. I was promised that no man could stand before me so long as my vow remained true. Why do you stand in my path at the end of all things? My strength is a gift from the heavens, and I shall use it to shake the very foundations of this place if I must.
Samson, son of Manoah, you speak of the gift, but you stand before the giver. Your strength was a shadow of the power that spoke the light into being. You were a judge of a single nation, a vessel for a moment in time. But I am the temple that was raised in 3 days. I am the stone that the builders rejected, which has become the cornerstone of all reality. Your strength comes from the Spirit that I sent. Let us see if the vessel can withstand the ocean.
Samson roars, a sound that shatters the nearby nebulas into fragments of light. He charges. Each step he takes sends shockwaves through the arena at the end of time. The distance between them, leagues wide, is closed in a heartbeat as Samson launches a fist that has the force of a falling star. The impact is not a sound, but a whiteout of pure kinetic energy. The pillars of the universe groan as the shockwave ripples through the dimensions. Samson's fist connects, but not with flesh. It connects with a barrier of invisible, sovereign will. Jesus has not moved. He hasn't even raised a hand. He simply stands, and the momentum of Samson's strike is absorbed into the infinite patience of the Son of Man. Samson recoils, his knuckles smoking from the friction of hitting the absolute. He grinds his teeth and reaches down, gripping the very floor of the arena, a slab of celestial quartz. With a heave that would have shifted the tectonic plates of Earth, he rips a massive chunk of the arena free and hurls it at the Christ. The projectile, the size of a city, screams through the vacuum. Jesus raises a single finger. The massive stone does not break, it simply ceases to be. It dissolves into a mist of rose-colored petals and starlight, falling harmlessly to the ground.
You fight with the tools of the earth, Samson. You fight with weight and mass and fury. But I am the author of the laws that give weight its meaning. I am the logic behind the gravity you use to throw your stones.
Then I shall fight with the Spirit itself.
Samson closes his eyes, and his 7 braids begin to glow with a blinding, incandescent light. He invokes the fullness of the Nazarite vow. The Spirit of the Lord rushes upon him with such intensity that his skin begins to crack, revealing a golden light beneath. He becomes a colossus of divine wrath. He lunges again, but this time his movements are blurred, faster than the light of the dying stars. He strikes Jesus with a flurry of blows, each one capable of cracking a planet's core. The arena begins to disintegrate. The pillars are leaning, The ceiling of eternity is cracking, and the very concept of strength is being pushed to its breaking point. Jesus Christ accepts the blows. Each strike lands upon his chest and shoulders with the weight of a billion sins and a billion sorrows. He does not flinch. He stands like a rock in the middle of a hurricane. For every ounce of destruction Samson pours out, Jesus responds with an equal measure of creation. Where Samson breaks the floor, Jesus heals the rift with a thought. The battle becomes a cosmic cycle of death and rebirth, a dance of pure physical dominance versus ontological supremacy.
Why? Why will you not fall? I have collapsed the house of Dagon. I have carried the doors of the city upon my back. There is no weight I cannot lift.
You cannot lift the weight of the world, Samson. I have already carried it. You put down a temple of stone to kill your enemies. I put down the temple of my body to save my friends. Your strength is the strength of the arm, mine is the strength of the soul.
Samson, driven by a primal need to fulfill his purpose, ignores the warning. He sees the two great pillars of the universe, the columns that represent Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending. He stumbles toward them, his muscles bulging until they begin to tear. He wraps his massive arms around the pillars. He knows this feat. He has done it before in the halls of the Philistines. He breathes in the vacuum of the end of time, his lungs burning with celestial fire.
If I must die to prove the limit of my strength, then let the universe fall with me.
He pulls. The pillars of the universe begin to bow. The sound is like the grinding of galaxies. The sky above them starts to fold in on itself, and the void begins to leak into the arena. It is a moment of pure, terrifying power. Samson's veins are glowing like ley lines. The very fabric of space is screaming. The pillars crack. The foundation of all things begins to crumble. Samson laughs, a jagged, desperate sound, as he feels the structure giving way. But then, Jesus Christ moves. He does not stop Samson. He steps toward the crumbling pillars and places his hands over Samson's. The touch is not one of combat, but of completion.
You have done well, faithful servant. You have shown the strength of the creature. Now, behold the strength of the Creator.
As Jesus touches the pillars, the destruction stops instantly. The cracks in the columns do not just heal, they vanish as if they never existed. The collapsing sky freezes and snaps back into place. Samson's grip, which could crush diamonds, is gently but irresistibly loosened. Jesus does not push him away, he simply occupies the space where Samson's hands were. The judge of Israel falls back, exhausted, his hair losing its glow, his muscles shrinking back to their human proportions. He looks up, gasping for air that is no longer there, yet he breathes because the Christ wills him. Jesus Christ stands between the two pillars, and for a moment, he becomes the third pillar, the bridge between the beginning and the end. He raises his arms, and the entire arena at the end of time begins to vibrate in a perfect, harmonious chord. The power radiating from him is not a physical force, it is the fundamental energy of existence. It is the power that holds atoms together, that guides the stars, and that conquers the grave.
I am nothing. I thought I was the strongest. I thought the spirit was mine to wield.
The spirit is a wind, Samson. It blows where it wishes. You were its vessel, and you served your purpose with honor. But even the strongest vessel must eventually be poured out into the sea. I am that sea. Peace, son of Manoah. Your warfare is ended.
Jesus reaches out a hand and touches Samson's forehead. In that instant, all the pain, the rage, and the burden of Samson's legendary strength vanish. The judge of Israel finds a peace he never knew in life. He looks at the King of Kings and realizes that the fight was never about who could hit harder, but about who could hold the universe together when it tried to fall apart. The battle ends not with a corpse, but with a transformation. Samson bows his head, acknowledging the ultimate authority. The arena at the end of time begins to fade into a brilliant, soft light. The physical strength of the judge was a wonder of the world, a feat of divine favor that will be sung for eons. But the strength of the Christ was the source of that favor, the infinite well from which all power flows. In the end, the winner is clear. While Samson could destroy the world, Jesus Christ is the one who sustains it. One represents the peak of what a man can do when touched by God, the other is God himself. Samson's strength had a limit, the length of his hair, the terms of his vow, the breath in his lungs. Jesus Christ's power has no limit, for he is the one who defined what power is. The Lion of Judah has overcome the Lion Slayer of Israel. The simulation concludes. The theological hierarchy is maintained. Physical might, no matter how divinely inspired, cannot overcome the source of all existence. Samson was the greatest of heroes, but Jesus is the Lord of Lords. If you enjoyed this epic clash between the judge and the king, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more legendary battles and deep dives into the mythology of the ancients. What other titans should face off in the arena at the end of time? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, may you find the strength to face your own pillars, explore the origins and attributes of these two legendary figures. From Samson's Nazarite vow and his incredible feats of raw muscle to the Alpha and Omega's sovereign authority over the laws of physics, this narrative delves deep into the theology of strength. Who wins when the unstoppable force of a judge meets the immovable foundation of the Creator? Follow this epic step-by-step combat simulation to find out the logical and mythological conclusion of this grand duel.